Hello everyone, this is part 3rd on ordinary differential equation. So today I am going to explain some more methods to solve first order differential equation. Still now we have studied the variable separable method, the equation reducible to variable separable and the homogeneity in degree, and today I am going to explain the equation reducible to homogeneity in degree and exact differential equation. So first of all we consider the first order differential equation which is not homogeneous degree wise, means the degree of numerator is not equal to the degree of denominator. Now just see over here, we cannot find out the degree of this equation because we are having the constant c, and this c is non-zero, so this equation is not homogeneous in degree wise, so we have to reduce this type of equation into homogeneity in degree, right? Now the case 1, if the a by l is same as that b by m, if this ratio is equal, right, we can put this equal to some number s. Okay, so we can take we can write a as s times l, b as s times m, and we can substitute over here. So we have common factor in the numerator as well as in the denominator, so we can substitute that common factor to be some another variable and we can convert it into variable separable. So this is a form in which we convert first order differential equation into the variable separable method. So now the next case is when a by l is not equal to b by m. In this case we substitute small x to be capital X plus h, small y to be capital Y plus k. Now just see, dy by dx is same as that d capital Y by d capital X, because when you take the derivative, dx is equal to d capital X, dy is equal to d capital Y. The derivative of this is 0, this is 0. So these two are same, equals to, now you substitute the value of small x in the terms of capital X. So this is a x plus a h. Similarly this is by plus b k plus c. Same way in the denominator. So now we have this as a constant value in the numerator as well as this as a constant in the denominator. We have to find such values of h and k such that this constant factor is 0 in the numerator as well as in the denominator. So we put this constant to be 0. We solve these two equations into unknowns h and k and find out the value of h and k. So for such values of h and k, our equation is reducible to the equation in homogeneity, right? Now since this factor is 0, this factor is 0, so you left with this one. Okay, what is the degree of numerator? It is 1. Degree of numerator as well as denominator both are 1. So therefore now this equation is in the homogeneous form. Now we can solve it. We can put capital Y to be some z times x and convert it into variable separable, right? So once again see, if this ratio is not same, we will substitute small x to be a capital X plus h, small y to be capital Y plus k, and we substitute this in such a way such that the constant factors are 0, right? And our equation is reducible to homogeneity in degree wise. Now for example, dy by dx is equal to this by this. Now in this case we have one common factor, so we can substitute that common factor to be variable z and we can convert into variable separable, right? So in this way we can solve. This is the case 1, that we have common factor in the numerator as well as in denominator. We put that to be some another variable z Find out the value of dy by dx in the terms of z. Substitute over here. Transform this equation in the terms of z and x. Right? Simplify this. We will have this equation as this one. Right? Now just see, we can easily separate the variables. We can take the z terms to the dz side and x terms to the dx side, and then we can integrate it and we can find out the solution. And at last you substitute the value of z in the terms of x and y. The general solution of this differential equation. Right? More example. Let's suppose we are given this differential equation. Now in this case, in the numerator and in the denominator we don't have any common factor, and also the degree of numerator is not same as that the degree of denominator, so this equation is not in the homogeneous form. So now we put small x to be capital X plus h and small y to be capital Y plus k, such that the constant factors are 0. So now just see, put small x to be x plus h. So we will have x plus h plus y, capital Y plus k plus 4. So from the first, in the numerator we get this equation h plus k plus 4 is equal to 0. Similarly, in the denominator, when you put the value of small x and small y in the terms of capital X and capital Y, we get this equation h minus k minus 6 is equal to 0. You are having two equations in two unknowns. Solve these two equations, find out the value of h and k. Now in this case, the value of h is 1 and k is minus 5. Right? And see, this equation is having same degree in the numerator as well as in denominator, so we can put capital Y to be v times x and we can solve this. So when you put y to be v times x, take the derivative with respect to x both side, you will have dy by dx is equal to v into the derivative of x, which is 1, plus x into the derivative of v with respect to x. Now substitute this value over here, and this is equal to x plus v times x upon x minus v times x. You can take x to be common, it will be cancelled out from the numerator and denominator, and you left with 1 plus v upon 1 minus v. So you are having this differential equation now. Now take v to be this side, club all the terms of v variable. Right? Now just see, there are two functions. One is a function of v, another is a function of x. Combine the v terms with dv and x term with dx, taking integration to both sides. Simplify this, you will. So after integration, we will have this as a solution in the terms of v and capital X. Now put the value of v in the terms of capital Y and capital X, and then put the value of capital V and capital Y and capital X in the terms of small x and small y. So after simplifying, this is the general solution of this differential equation. Now the next is exact differential equation for a function of two variables f of x, y. If this function has continuous first order partial derivatives, then the total or exact differential of f of x, y is expressed as this. Right? So if you are given a function of two variables, and if df, which is complete derivative of f, it is given in this form, partial derivative of f upon x into dx plus partial derivative of f with respect to y into dy, then we can write this as the derivative of the function equals to 0, and simply one time integration we will have the solution. So the solution will be f of x, y is equal to the constant. Right? So if any function can be expressed in this form means we can find out the total derivative of the function f. We can write this term in the terms of total derivative of f. Then that function is said to be exact differential function. Now let's suppose we are given equation of first order in this form, some function of xy into dx plus some function of xy into dy equal to 0, and we have to solve this equation using the exact differential equation method. So after comparing these two, the coefficient of dx is here m, and when you compare this term with this, so if this equation is exact, it means m should be equal to the partial derivative of f with respect to x. Similarly, after comparing these two terms, our n function, it should be equal to the partial derivative of f with respect to y. If this thing hold, then this equation is exact differential equation, and we can write this equation in this form, and we get the solution after integration, right? So on comparing what we have m should be equal to partial derivative of f with respect to x, and n should be equal to partial derivative of f with respect to y, right? So what we have, m is this one, n is this one. So now just see, if your function is differentiable, it means it is continuous also. So you can take its derivative, partial derivative with respect to y. You will have this is curly square f upon curly y into curly x. Similarly, take the partial derivative of n with respect to x. You will have this is curly square f upon curly x into curly y. Now since our function is continuous, so the order doesn't matter, means partial derivatives of f with respect to y and x is same as that second order partial derivative of f with respect to x and y. So this should be same. It is equal, it means the partial derivative of m with respect to y is equal to partial derivative of n with respect to x. Now just see what will be your equation for the exactness. So any differential equation in this form is said to be exact if this condition hold. The partial derivative of m with respect to y equals to the partial derivative of n with respect to x. So we need to check this condition. We are given any differential equation of this form, we need to check the partial derivative of m with respect to y is equal to partial derivative of n with respect to x. So if this thing hold, then the solution will be obtained from this formula. Since we know that capital M is nothing but partial derivative of f with respect to x, so we can integrate this both side with respect to x. So we have this is f of x y is equal to the integral of m with respect to x plus some constant. Now here the constant may be a function of y, because when you take its partial derivative with respect to x, what is the partial derivative of f with respect to x? It is nothing but m plus the derivative of this, and we know that in case of partial derivative we consider another variable to be a constant. So the derivative of this function with respect to x will be 0, right? So that means constant can attain the value in the terms of y, right? So it may be a function of y. So constant here may be a function of y. So after integrating we have this thing. Now we need to find out the value of this phi y. So for finding the value of this phi y, we consider n. Our n is the partial derivative of f with respect to y. Okay, substitute the value of f over here. It is this one. So you take its partial derivative. So partial derivative of f with respect to y means take the partial derivative of this with respect to y and derivative of this with respect to y. So you get phi dash y will be this one. Or you can say you can take this term to be this side. So your phi dash y will be this. Now since your left hand side is a function of y alone, it means it should be the right hand side also will be a function of y, right? Since left hand side is a function of y, so your right hand side should be a function of y. So we can integrate both sides and we can find out the value of phi y. So we have this. So we can substitute the value of phi y over here. Over here, and we will have the value of f of xy, right? So now the solution will be this one. So whenever you have differential equation of the form m dx plus n dy equals to 0, here m and n, they are the functions of x and y, and if this equation is exact, means the partial derivative of m with respect to y. So यहाँ पर x है, you have to take its partial derivative with respect to the another variable. So we find partial derivative of m with respect to y and partial derivative of n with respect to x. If these two things are equal, then the solution will be integration of m with respect to x treating y to be constant. If there are the terms y terms in m, you have to treat that y terms to be constant, right? And you have to integrate m function with respect to x by treating y terms to be constant, plus the integration of n with respect to y, but now you have to consider only those terms which contains only y, or you can say which contains no x, is equal to c. So this is a solution of the differential equation this. So this is a solution of this type of differential equation, but provided your differential equation is exact, it satisfies this condition. Now for example, if you are given this first order differential equation 3x square plus 2 times e to the power y dx plus 2x e to the power y plus 3y square dy equals to 0, and we have to solve this differential equation. Now just see, in this equation we cannot separate the variables, so we cannot apply variable separable method. This equation is not reducible because we cannot find out any common factor, right? Homogeneity degree wise it is not same because e to the power y function is involved here. So we have to apply some another test. So in this case we will apply the exact differential equation method. Now just see, the in front of dx, whatever the function, that function is m, right? Similarly with dy, whatever the function, that is n. So this is your m function, this is your n function. Now take its partial derivative with respect to y and its partial derivative with respect to x. Now just see what will be the partial derivative of this function with respect to y. This is constant with respect to y, so it will be 0. You have this is 2 times e to the power y. Similarly over here, the partial derivative of n with respect to x means take its derivative with respect to x. So this is 2 into e to the power y, which is constant, and the derivative of x is 1 plus its derivative is 0. So you have this is 2 into e to the power y. So both these are same, so therefore your equation is exact. Now since your equation is exact, so the solution will be integration m with respect to x treating y to be constant plus integration of n with respect to y taking those terms which contain no x equals to c. So now what is the integration of this function with respect to x? This is 3x square, so integration of x square is x cube by 3. Your 3 will be cancelled out, you left with x cube, plus this is constant, so the integration of 1 will be x. So this is 2 into e to the power y into x. So this is the integration of m with respect to x. Now In case of n, there is only this term which is independent of x. So we consider this in n function and we integrate this with respect to y. So you will have this is y cube by 3. So 3 will cancel out. You left with this. So this is a solution of this differential equation. See one more example. Now you are given equation of this form: 3x square minus y square into dy minus 2xy dx equals to 0. So whatever the function with dx is your m. So you have to include the sign also, because when you compare this whole equation with m dx plus n dy equals to 0, then your m will be minus 2xy and n will be 3x square minus y square. Right? So now you have to check first of all whether the equation is exact or not. Now since your equation is not exact, because the partial derivative of m with respect to y is minus 2x and partial derivative of n with respect to x is 6x, they are not same. So your equation is not exact. So you cannot find out the solution without converting it into exact differential equation. So we will do it later on, that how to convert this equation into exact differential equation, right? And how to find the solution of such type of equation. So now just see one more example. Let's suppose you have to solve this differential equation under the condition that y at 0 is 0. Whatever in the bracket, that is a value of x. So it means whenever your x is 0, the value of y is 0. So this condition is what? You put x to be 0, your y is also 0. And the equation is e to the power x into cos y dx minus sin y dy is equal to 0. So what is the m here? Your m will be e to the power x into cos y. Whatever the function with dx is your m. Whatever the function with dy is your n. So what is n? N is e to the power x into sin y with negative sign. Now you find out the partial derivative of m with respect to y. What is the derivative of this with respect to y? E to the power x. What is the derivative of cos y? It is minus sin y. So you have this. Similarly, what is the derivative of n with respect to x? This is e to the power x minus sin y. Both these are same, so that means your equation is exact. Now since it is exact, we can find out the solution of this differential equation. The solution will be integration of m with respect to x by treating y to be constant, and integration of n with respect to y considering only those terms which contain no x. Right? So now what is the integration of this with respect to x by treating y to be constant? It is e to the power x into cos y. Now there is no term in n which is not containing x. Only one term which is having x term, e to the power x into sin y with negative sign. So we take n to be 0. Right? So what we have? E to the power x cos y plus 0 equals to c. So this is a solution of this differential equation. Now we need to find out the value of the arbitrary constant under this condition. So we have to put x to be 0, then y is 0. Now just see, when you put x to be 0, you have e to the power 0 is 1, cos 0 is 1, so the value of c is 1. So substitute the value of c over here. This is the particular solution of this differential equation. So whenever you are given any condition, you will have the particular solution. Just see one more example. You have to determine for what values of a and b the following differential equation is exact. So you are given equation y plus x cube into dx plus ax plus by cube into dy equals to 0. This is your m, this is your n. For exactness, what we require, partial derivative of m with respect to y should be equal to partial derivative of n with respect to x. So we find out the partial derivative of m with respect to y. This is 1. Here it is a. Since given that this equation is exact, so we put this to be equal to this and we get the value of a is 1. But there is no condition on b, so it means b may be any number, any real number, right? So you can substitute the value of a to be 1 here and you can find out the solution, because now your equation is exact and the solution will be integration of this with respect to x, okay, by treating y to be constant. So what is the integration? This is y into x plus x4 by 4. And integration of n with respect to y, considering only those terms which contain no x. So here is the term by cube. So what is the integration of by cube? It is b into y to the power 4 by 4 is equal to c. So this is the solution of this differential equation.